Scott Morrison's defense to the stunning revelations he secretly took control of at least 3 portfolios during the pandemic does not add up, Nine's political editor says. Calling into 2GB radio this morning, Morrison said he took on responsibilities because of the extraordinary circumstances of the pandemic. "I was facing press conferences every single day," Morrison said. Read more. Shoppers rush for the exits as Shanghai Ikea goes into lockdown. People were expecting me to be taking responsibility for all that. But Nine's Chris Ullman said Morrison's explanation fell short. It didn't address why Morrison had taken control of the finance portfolio without then Minister Mathias Cormann knowing, or why had been secretly sworn in as energy minister, easily the most murky of all 3 acts, Ullman said. He was meeting with Mathias Cormann every single day in multiple meetings. You would have thought that would have come up. Ullman said Morrison's comments on 2GB certainly doesn't explain why in April last year he took charge of the energy and resources portfolio. That's got nothing to do with the pandemic, he said. That's entirely to solve a political problem because, then Minister, Keith Pitt was going to tick off on a gas project that the Prime Minister didn't want because it threatened seats in the looming federal election. He took that power and knocked that project over. Ullman said Morrison could have sacked Pitt if he didn't have faith in him. His call to 2GB is the first time Morrison has spoken in any detail about the scandal. Read more. Scott Morrison defiant after taking on secret portfolios. As news broke yesterday, Morrison sent a text message to Sky News claiming he was unaware of the controversy, which was quickly spiraling. He later said the message was taken out of context. Since leaving the job I haven't engaged in any day-to-day politics, he wrote in the text. That is a really lame answer, Ullman said of Morrison's message. He is a member of parliament. He is being paid by the public. He is a politician and he needs to come forward and tell us what he was doing at the time. Ullman said Morrison's actions had ultimately arisen from bad law which, under the Biosecurity Act, would have given Health Minister Greg Hunt power over the country. In that instance the Prime Minister saw a problem with the law, talked to the Health Minister and said to him, I think I need to share this delegation, because as much as I trust you I don't necessarily want you to be running the country. He should have told the people of Australia at that point that that's what he was doing. Read more. Father of innocent Sydney shooting victim says she was an angel. Read more. Why Aussies would survive longest in war. Speaking yesterday, Albanese called it the sort of tin pot activity that we would ridicule if it was in a non-democratic country. Former Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull was equally withering of what he said amounted to a secret government. I'm astonished that Morrison thought he could do it, Turnbull told the ABC. This is sinister stuff. This is secret government. It is not clear at this stage if any laws were broken. Albanese said he is seeking legal advice over the growing scandal. Morrison worked terribly hard and did a lot of good things during the pandemic, Ullman said, but this sullies that. Transparency in the system is important, he said. Knowing who is in charge of what is important. This was an extraordinary departure from that. Read more. Opposite ends of the country bracing for more wet weather.